let's go ahead and see if he's still speaking. He was addressing them there.
The shelter at the George R. Brown Convention Center. I talked to person after person who said their whole home had been flooded, all of their possessions were gone. And yet repeatedly the sentiment I heard was, thank God we're alive. Thank God my kids are here. You know, possessions, it is traumatic, it is hard to lose everything, but possessions can be replaced. Human life is irreplaceable. And so our first priority, the priority in the county, in the city, at the state, and at the federal level is save lives, number one. Number two, when this storm passes on in the next couple of days, we're going to begin the process of recovery. There are going to be a significant number of people who've lost their homes, who've lost their cars, who may have lost everything. And the process of recovery is going to take weeks and even months of homes being rebuilt, of people in crisis needing a place to stay, needing support. And so I've spent a great deal of time talking to leaders throughout the federal government, talking to President Trump, talking to the Vice President, talking to multiple cabinet officials, the head of the Department of Homeland Security, the head of Health and Human Services, one after the other after the other. And the consistent commitment I've gotten is that the federal government is going to provide every possible resource to the citizens of Texas facing this disaster. When I spoke with President Trump, he said, Ted, what does Texas need? Whatever the state needs, we are there. Just a couple of days ago, the President convened a cabinet meeting by video conference, and Vice President Pence called me right after the meeting to relay the discussion. And the President told the cabinet that the administration is to lean in aggressively, swiftly, provide all of the relief the state needs. And so I'm working closely with Senator Cornyn, with Governor Abbott, and with the administration to ensure that those resources are available for citizens as we begin the process of rebuilding.
Last question.
Yeah.
I wonder if will this situation affect the entry into force since the SB4 law September 1st?
You know, there are lots of issues and concerns of Houstonians and Texans, and public policy and political debates will continue for time immemorial. One of the amazing things about a crisis, a natural disaster, is those issues that divide us fade from view, and we just come together. And so, as we stand here tonight, the focus is very simple. There are Texans in crisis at risk of losing their lives, and we've got to provide everything necessary to take care of them, to get them out of harm's way, to help save their lives. That's the focus right now, and we can continue the policy debates for months and years to come. But at a time of crisis, we are standing united with our first responders, with our local officials, our state officials, our federal officials. At a time like this, there are no party divisions. There are no lines dividing us. We are Texans. And we're standing as one. And let me take an opportunity also to thank the incredible organizations that give selflessly. You know, groups like the Red Cross and the Salvation Army that are on the ground, that are providing for people in need. And it's, you know, one of the responsibilities of serving in the Senate is Texas is a big state. And unfortunately, we have more than our share of natural disasters. And inevitably, when those occur, Texans come together. The Red Cross is there, the Salvation Army is there, and fellow citizens are there to care for each other. I would note that Judge Emmett is here. Judge, do you care to share anything?
Well, I spoke to him earlier about what we've been doing, but and I mentioned to them that you were upstairs, and that's important. Senator Cruz is here, yes, as a U.S. Senator, and he's very helpful in that regard, but he's really a Harris County resident. And so the people who live here, when they see Senator Cruz, a lot of people know him as Ted Cruz, and we just call him Senator, it's important. You know, they say, gosh, here's our neighbor, and he's back here, and he was up there. You know, I may step on toes with this, I apologize, not you. You know, some people want to come, and they just want to, you know, get a few photo ops, this, that, and the other. He spent a long time up there thanking the people who've been doing the work. Can you look at the microphone? Sure.
As I mentioned when I was making my remarks,
I did say Senator Cruz was upstairs. And second time you've been here, third time you've been here, something like that. And he, wasn't here for a photo op. You didn't see him down here with the press conference. He was here to thank the workers because he's a Harris County resident. And I appreciate that. That's important because we do all need to hang together. And so that support means a lot.
Well, Judge, thank you, and I appreciate your leadership, particularly at a time of crisis. It matters. I will confess I also came with one ulterior purpose, which is I brought a bag of chicken McNuggets from McDonald's to help all the folks who've been here around the clock. I figured few things can help going stir crazy better than munching on a few McNuggets. So I hope that helped, and I know that the workers here and the first responders throughout the region, that our prayers are with them and we're standing with them and we're standing as one. Thank you.